Hey y'all, it's your girl Lunar back again with another video for y'all. So, I promise y'all a lunar experience, which is about me. So, since I got up to 80 followers, I decided to do 3 videos and had y'all vote on what I'm gonna do. So, I still have to do the 2 tarot decks, but I'm working on the lunar experience, which is a get to know me kind of thing since I haven't done that on the YouTube page. So why don't y'all get to know me a little bit? Even though I did one over on the Instagram page, which I'll put the link down below for. So y'all can definitely check that out. It's going to be pretty much similar in a way. So I hope y'all love it. But anyway, so my official name is Cheyenne, but I go by Lunar when I do my tarot readings. So yeah, the reason I go by Lunar is because a old friend of mine's had me in her phone as Lunar, and I was like, it kind of just stuck. So I was like, yeah, Lunar would do. So it kind of stuck with me since I've been doing my business page, Phaseoflunar, since March 14th. Actually, March 16th, but I'll correct that. March 16th of 2019. So it's been a whole year. I use a scheduling app to book my readings through, so all my information for booking a reading is down in the description as well, so you can definitely do that. I have officially decided to increase my prices recently because I did a reading for a client that who I know, and she was like, really, your price is that much? I said, yeah, I haven't gotten around to increasing them as of lately. So after she said that, I was just like, well, I'm gonna increase my prices. So I decided I'm gonna just do it on September 1st. So you'll see that, just a tarot reading, and I'm not gonna increase the distance Reiki since I haven't had anybody book that yet, so I'm gonna keep that like it is. I have been doing Reiki actually for only about a year. I'm about to get attuned for the master level, so if I want to, I can teach Reiki to other people and attune them as well. So hopefully sometime in September I will get that done. So I will definitely talk to my teacher on that and get that done. If not, I can definitely put it off until next year, because even though I'm still getting used to the energy, but I would say I'm pretty decent with how the Reiki level is. I actually haven't done a cleanse of myself in a while. Since when I first did it, she said a lot of the Reiki teachers get away from that after a while. They forget to cleanse their own self, but I try to remind myself to do that at least once a month, but most of the time I forget. It's just like I just be on the roll of adjusting to the zodiac's energies and client's energy. I just forget sometimes, but when I have time to just like wait it out, like downtime for myself, I'm just like, oh yeah, I haven't done a Reiki cleanse, so let me do that, So decided to do that. I actually started doing Akashic Records, but I'm not going to offer it to people. It's definitely more of a private thing. So I'm just finished up my first 30 days of doing the Akashic Records, and that's definitely been a interesting energy. It's just like Reiki, but almost on a different level, but it's within the same category of it. It's like you feel an upgrade when you do it. So it's definitely an experience that you just have to go through, and you just be like, whoa. Because I know since I've been doing it, I've been seeing a lot more little animal spirits or people as well. So before, I used to just see outlines of people. It's like I can tell somewhat what they are. But now it's just like they coming in more, I wouldn't say fully solid, but enough where I can see them. And I'm just like, whoa. Cool. And the intense and buzzing in my ears has definitely increased. So that's another thing. I hear things and it really haven't happened yet, so that's another thing. It's been interesting. Also, I been doing Reiki, not Reiki, tarot for about 6 years, because I did it around about when I was 21. So I just say 6 years, but I've been reading officially for people for a year, and that's actually been pretty fun reading for people. So I'm definitely trying to increase my clientele, but I like the slow progress I'm having, especially with my YouTube page. That's definitely been doing a slow uptake, so I'm very proud of that. So I'm very proud of the amount of growth I've been through in the years since I've been doing tarot. So I love the positive feedback I've been getting, including from my retreat sisters who have been on this awesome journey with me. So shout out to them. Corvus Storm, those are my sisters who I met at a retreat last year, and how times have changed in a whole year. Wow. But I love them, and they are the best. Great support group, great emotional support. They are just amazing. I can really just brag about them all day, but I'm not gonna do that. But they are amazing. I love them so much, and I can't wait until this whole COVID thing is over, so I can just travel and definitely see my sisters, so we can just be like chill somewhere, like just us just chilling in this space together. Like, that's all I look forward to. But yeah, I am in a relationship, so that's 2 years strong. Yay. Also, I do it at his place, so nice little corner I have to do my stuff. So he's very supportive of that. Love my baby for that. So I just did a reading for him when we started dating, so that was actually nice. He was like, yeah, do a reading for me. I was just like, okay. Yeah, so that was fun to do for him. And actually, whenever he wanted to do another reading, I'll definitely do one for him. So, but that was fun. Let's see. I'm 26, birthday May 31st, so I'm a Gemini. So if you're into astrology, I'm a Gemini sun, Pisces moon, Capricorn rising. Just to give you a heads up. But if you do Vedic astrology, I'm a Taurus sun, Aquarius moon, Sagittarius rising. Just to know. And I really click with my Vedic astrology. I click with both of them, but the Vedic is definitely more. I'm just like, oh yeah. Whew. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that. Ooh. That was like where the placements are at. I'm just like, oh yeah, I definitely see that. Excuse me. So yeah, so Vedic astrology is more like the, I want to word it, I won't say accurate, but it's kind of like, you have two different kinds. You got the Western astrology, and then you have the Eastern astrology. And the Eastern astrology is more, the signs are longer than it is with the Western astrology. That's the best way I can describe it. I would have to say just Google it. It's much easier that way. So I do have my own personal Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. You can definitely see it on I did it for my Instagram page, so I have both of them connected. So if you definitely want to check that out, I'll say just go to the Instagram page. Even though I don't post too many pictures on Instagram, Facebook, I'm barely on that. Usually go on there to do the games or like other people's comments and other stuff, and check in on my Facebook page that I have for Phaseoflunar. So that's that. The YouTube one, I just do the videos, as you can see. So yeah, that's that. And let's see, I do have an older brother and a younger brother. Definitely a big age difference. Younger brother 2 years younger than me. Older brother way older. Do have my mother. Father passed some while back. Oh, I am a huge anime person, so you will hear a lot of anime reference in some of my videos sometimes. So some of the ones that I really love the most are like Fairy Tail, Bleach, Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins, Fruit Basket. It's a lot of animes that I have to watch that I haven't gotten around to. So how I got into anime was definitely back when they had Saturday morning cartoons. Me and my brother would get up at exactly pretty much 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. From 7 to 12, Saturday morning cartoons. That's all we watched. That's it, that's all. They had the Shaman King, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. And I'm talking about the original Pokemon from Kanto and Johto. When Charizard couldn't stand Ash, Pikachu didn't respect him. Okay? Like, know that. Like, what kids watching now, I'm just like, if only y'all knew how savage Pikachu was when we was kids. He disrespected Ash before he trusted him. And the same thing with Charmander before he evolved to Charmeleon and Charizard. Especially Charizard. Yo. Charizard was disrespectful. Just thinking about it. Yo. Man. Because I remember that episode when Charmeleon evolved into Charizard. And that one gets me every time. An Aerodactyl kidnapped Ash. And Aerodactyl was taunting Charmeleon. Was like, oh yeah, you can't catch me. What you gonna do about it? Charmeleon got pissed and evolved into Charizard. And as soon as he changed to Charizard, Charmeleon was like, Aerodactyl was like, oh snap. And he flew off. Like, he was flying away. He was like, you can't catch me. You can't catch me. And Ash was like, Charmeleon, great job on evolving. Man, Charizard did flamethrow and burned Ash. And Ash was like, Charizard, you aimed at the wrong person. That episode was too funny. I remember that clear as day. Like, that part was funny. And I remember when Charizard finally respected Ash, but it wasn't until, I think it was the Johto saga, when he was on, I think he was doing like Battle Tower or something. He was on an island somewhere, and Charizard lost, I forgot what Pokemon it was. I want to say, I think it was a Dragonite for some reason. Some dude that was powerful, and he just lost to that Pokemon. And Charizard was like crushed. And then somehow his flame was almost about to go out on his tail. And Ash remembered how to take care of it before it winked out. Because if his flame goes out, then Charizard pretty much. But yeah, it was the same way when he was a Charmander, because that's how they first met. Charmander was on a tree stump, and his flame was about to go out. That's how he first met him. But that Charmander was waiting for his old trainer to come so he can battle him and show him like he's strong, even if he didn't evolve. But under Ash guidance and nurturing, he did evolve. But anyway, fast forward. So that night in the cave is like Charizard saw Ash in a different light and kind of remembered his days when he was to me, I believe he remembered his days when he was a Charmander. Remember when he did kept his flame going so he wouldn't. So yeah, that's that, and that was beautiful. So that some animes that I haven't finished watching, like Fairy Tail last season, The Ancient Magus Bride anime. I'm like only 4 or 5 episodes away from finishing that. Could be a little bit more. Black Clover, Dragon Ball Super, even though I know that ended like a year or two ago. I know. It's whatever. Yeah, it's a couple of others. And Fruit Basket, because I really want to see season 2, because I already seen season 1, but they just did the animation so beautifully, and I'm just like, I gotta watch you. And it's like certain parts just tears me up, so I'm just like, oh my gosh. But for me, I love reading the mangas. The ones that I'm currently reading are like Eden Zero, Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, which is awesome. Like, that joint is beautiful. I can see it finishing up like by chapter 200 for some reason. The way, if it goes, continue the way it's going, I think it's like at chapter 200 it probably done, but I'm just saying. Even though they're coming out with it every 2 weeks for the Fairy Tail, what's the name? Even though I'm saying I can't stand waiting 2 weeks for it, but the illustrations are beautiful, it's on point, the storyline, wonderful, the characters, love the character development, like, let's get it. Yes. Another manga that I'm reading that is dope and it's like lit is the Boruto mangas, even though it comes out once a month, including Blue Exorcist and Card Capture Sakura Clear Card arc. That joint is lit. Listen, I guess lit, okay? Like, I would definitely can tell you some stuff. If you want, I can put some recommendations down in the comments. Especially if you're a beginner in anime, I would say definitely start off with like small ones, like for 12 to 24 episodes. Definitely start off small. Just know they do have some nudities, some R-rated ones. Most of them is like that, so just be prepared for that. But if you bypass all of that, the storylines and the character developments and the fights are off the hook. Like, just pay attention to that. That's it. That's all. I will have to say Netflix is definitely up in their step on their anime game, so I give them respect for that. Even though they could have left One Piece off, I would tell you off back, I cannot stand One Piece. I definitely did try to get into it. My baby brother was a huge fan of it. Definitely tried to get into it. I can't. Like, the longevity of it, I was like, nobody can beat it. I respect him for lasting as long as he did, for doing that. Sheesh. And like over 1,000 episodes for not Fairy Tail. Good grief. If Fairy Tail did 1,000 episodes, even though I probably still will watch it, but it's like, it's just, I'll probably get tired after a while, but thank goodness it haven't gone on that long. One Piece, I'm just like, most people say they love the artwork, the fights, the storylines, and I'm just like, I heard it had its ups and downs. I just can't get into it. No. None whatsoever. Whew, just thinking about it. Whew, that's tiring. But anyway, so we have that. So just know, I can respect the longevity for One Piece, but I'm not a One Piece person. No, I'll tell anybody, just find One Piece at this point. So, just know that. No. It ain't my thing. Another one I wouldn't watch is My Hero Academia. No, sorry. Don't like. Tried. Nope. That first episode, I'm just like, I cannot. Black Clover is lit. I would definitely say that's definitely, the manga is definitely dope. I gotta finish catching up on that actually. But the anime is good too. Whew, beautiful. I love when the animes come out because it's like you can see the fight how it progresses, and you just be like, oh yes. So, Seven Deadly Sins is a great manga. I'm waiting for the spin-off for it. That's supposed to be coming out soon. I'm waiting for Bleach, the Thousand Blood War arc. But that's not coming out into, I think it's supposed to be later this year, maybe next year. No, next year. Yeah. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, that's that. Kubo is supposed to be doing the weekly series for the Burn Witch series. They did a one shot of it, and I like the story for it, so that's definitely something to keep an eye out for and see how that's gonna progress. Eden Zero's definitely heating up, and I'm looking forward to how this turns out. I'm on chapter like 106. I'm waiting for chapter 107 to come out. I think they went on a break last week because chapter 107 didn't come out, so it should be coming out this week. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Boruto's new manga is coming out, so I'm definitely looking forward to that chapter because that chapter's gonna be lit. Some anime characters that I love, but before I get into that, the Seven Deadly Sins series is on Netflix. Now, the season that they just put out in the beginning of August, like, I loved it, and I liked where they ended it at, but even though I was looking for some more, but whatever. The animation can definitely be been done better, but I know that was the anime company that they went under, because I know they said they switched them like 3 different times, and it was more of a smaller company that nobody really knows of, and they could have done it better. I'm gonna just leave it like that. It was a couple of parts that was pretty good, other parts I'm just like, but the fights was dope. Like, that's all that matters. The fights was dope, period. And I'm ready for season 4, even though it's not going to be aired into January of 2021. So, gotta look forward to that. Now, my anime characters that I love. Now, I'm going to do top 5 overall. So, I have Itachi from Naruto Shippuden. I have Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins. Natsu from Fairy Tail. Ichigo from Bleach, and Levi from Attack on Titans. Yep, those are my top 5, but most of the time it usually switch up, but those main 4 that I mentioned usually stay the same. My 5th one always alternates from time to time, usually, so, yeah. Now for female-wise, I have Lucy from Fairy Tail, Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins, I would say Sakura from Naruto Shippuden, even though with the females from Naruto Shippuden, it's kind of like a toss with a lot of them, because I like all of them, so it's hard to choose overall. Toru from Fruit Basket, and I'm thinking of lead female characters. I would say Shinon from Sword Art Online. Shinon. There we go. From Sword Art Online. So, yes, those are my top 5 from males and females. Now, if I had to do it overall, if I had to mix them, it definitely go like this. So, a minute, Itachi, Minato, Shikamaru, Shinon, Lucy. Literally. Y'all might be like, what? I was like, yeah, those 3. I'm sorry. Like, but it's hard to kind of rate a lot of my characters together and trying to like come up with a merge, because I was like, but I like all of these and it's hard. But I'll definitely have to put Itachi will always be number 1, Shikamaru and Minato, like those 3 always lit. I love Lucy, always. Like, that's my female character I connect to on Fairy Tale and everything. And I love Luffy as well, so that's my other favorite one. And Shinon from Sword Art Online, she's a beast. Bottom line. Don't get me wrong, I like Asuna, but nah, nah, nah. That's what I got. Nah. Like, I like her sword fighting skills. Like, when before Kirito kind of like softened her up. Like, I like when she's like almost rigid in a way. She was bad. Like, when she went soft, I'm just like, really? But those two together, I was just like, y'all beast together. So I can't really complain. And especially how their relationship started too. So I was just like, Me personally, I would like to see Kirito and Shinon together, but that's just me. I understand, but that's just my perspective. But whatever, we'll leave it like that. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. But I do have a nice little setup because I use a new mic that I got, and I use my AirPods. I always switch up the AirPods sometimes because I got a long one. Funny story about this. I thought I lost the long ones, so I ended up getting the AirPod Pros, and then end up finding the long ones when the order for it already got shipped out, and I was like, bruh, really? Because I said I was gonna get the Pros, but I was like, I'm not gonna get them yet. And as soon as I had that scare, I was like, God darn it. I was like, crap, gotta get new ones. Son of a... So, yeah. Went through that trouble, and I was just like, ugh. But I do like the Pros better, because they're a lot shorter. And they definitely do look like Bellsprout from Pokemon. That meme was so accurate. Even though I believe the memes. But it was just like, seeing it in person, I was like, it do look like a Bellsprout. Dang. I love the memes that people make. They are hilarious. I'm a huge meme person, so anybody that sends me a good meme, I was like, especially if I get the reference, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good one. So yeah. My little brother got a tendency of showing my mom a lot of memes, and most of them are on point, and others I'm be like, no. So those are hilarious. I actually started off with a Galaxy cell phone, and even though I said I would never get an iPhone, but I ended up getting an iPhone 2 years ago. Yeah, I think about 2 years coming up. So yeah, that was, yeah. Even though I said I never. So, but if I have to say, I would say I'm always going to be a Galaxy person. Real one. So Galaxy will always be number one in my heart. I started off with Samsung, period. So, and I just like the quality of phones. So yeah, even, don't get me wrong, iPhone have their perks. I'll tell anybody, iPhone and Android always, they have their perks and they downgrades. But if I had to choose overall, Galaxy. Simple as that. But yeah, because my only problem with iPhone was too many updates all the time. So that was the only reason why I was like, nah, I ain't gonna get y'all. But anyway, so that's that. I got at least about 20 different type of decks, but the main ones I use are like my Dust Onyx deck. Moonology is a new one that I'm trying out. That's probably not going to come in a lot of readings a lot. If I feel moved to use them for a client, I will. My spirit animals, I definitely use them for my weeklies. My 2 Mudra decks, the Zodiac deck, Sacred Symbols deck, definitely use that a lot. I have another animal deck that I definitely use. I love animals, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Isis Oracle deck, love Egyptian mythology. Get into that in a minute. My Chakra Wisdom deck, my Olympians deck, talk about that in a minute. Rumi deck, and Rider Waite deck, and my Witch's Tarot deck. Those like the main ones I usually use. Now, I have this thing that I love animals and mythology. Those are like my two top, well, top three loves. Because I love my anime mangas slash TV shows as well. So, that's one. Then it's my mythology, then it's my love of animals. My love of animals started when I was actually in second grade when I wanted to be a veterinarian. Still feel like I have a passion for that. And I was like, I definitely love to work with animals, and I just connect with them. I actually met my first horse when I was at Mardi Gras last year. Oh, they are so beautiful. I love them horses. They were such sweetheart. I actually want to go horseback riding, and that's definitely a thing I will do. It will happen. And I want my own personal horse. I definitely had a dream that I had my own personal horse that nobody can ride except for me. Like, it wanted me to ride that horse only, nobody else. So that's that. But anyway, that's that. Next is my love for mythology. That actually started when I was in sixth grade, when I had to learn about Egyptian mythology and my teacher wasn't teaching it right, and I had my mother teach me, and it was so much easier to grasp, and I fell in love with also Greek mythology as well, but Egyptian mythology was the starting point for me. Then I went into Greek mythology. I know a little bit of Norse mythology, just a little bit, not too much. I also have a goddess and sirens deck and a gods and titans deck. The gods and titans ones I don't use as much, but the goddesses and sirens one I definitely use in my daily cards with the other animal deck, secret animal language deck. That's my other animal deck. That was actually my first animal deck I got before I got this secret animal, the spirit animal one. Those are just beautiful and I love them. And I was like, those are definitely gonna go with the weeklies, because on my Twitter page for the Phaseoflunar, I definitely do spirit animals weekly. So that kind of like takes over for that. So I won't have to constantly think about which animal I want to go with. So that actually saves me a lot of trouble. So that's the wonderful part about that. The Isis one definitely connects to my Egyptian love, so that's why I use that a lot in my weeklies. I haven't switched it up because I definitely do try to switch up the oracle cards, so we won't have the same ones. But it's like all of a sudden I just got back into the habit of using the Isis ones on a weekly basis. It's like I kind of like the energy for the Isis one. It is definitely much needed during this time, so I think I'm gonna stick with that for a while. So maybe later down the road I would definitely switch it up, because in the beginning I did switch it up on a monthly basis, but after a while I was like, yeah, no, I'll stick with the Isis one like I normally do. So but it kind of feels like some cards repeat more, but I'm just like, it's a reason y'all pop out, so I go with that. And yeah, most of my decks I either get myself. My first deck were actually a friend bought it for me, and that was my deck she gave me. So which was the Rider Waite deck. The bags I end up finding those between Etsy and Amazon, so that's definitely been that. It's actually a couple of tarot decks I want to get. I do have quite a few journals that I use for different things. I do love astrology. I'm not as well versed in it, but it's something I still love, and I know the basics. I'm not proficient in it, so that's that. But I'm still learning tarot. That will always be a learning process. Feels like I'm missing something else. Oh, I love books. I'm a huge book person. I have like a huge book collection. 300 plus books, especially mangas. The main mangas that I have are like Naruto, Bleach, Fairy Tail. I did have Sword Art Online, but I ended up getting rid of that because I was like, I know I'm not going to read you. The Ancient Magus Bride, I definitely have that, and I'm definitely going to read that eventually. I love movies as well. Good action pack, romance, no horrors. Cannot do horrors. There's a couple of horrors I can do, but not a lot of them. I do not like them. Whew. Yeah, I had a bad experience with one back when I was a kid, and it kind of just, it still freaks me out to this day. So I don't really watch horror movies whatsoever. That's that. And yeah, books, I love reading about mythical creatures, goddesses, and all that. I also love to write as well. I'm definitely a person who writes in my free time when I feel moved to do it. I'm definitely trying to get started on working on a book eventually. So that's my goal. So that's that. And yeah, that's a little intro about Lunar. I kind of rambled on a little bit longer than I expected, but I just wanted y'all to get another side of me, and so I connect with y'all. Oh, as you can see, I do wear rings and necklaces, and that you see. So I always change my necklaces up because I have another necklace that I have off to the side that have a little wishing dream catcher on it, and I do actually have tattoos, 7 of them. So the only ones that you'll probably see the most of are my arm ones. I have a shoulder one, lower back, thigh, calf, and foot tattoo. I'm actually want to get at least about 1 or 2 more. So that's that. And these 2 wonderful rings from the Quiet Revolution. So I'm loving that. She's supposed to be coming out with a 3rd ring, like this light blue one that I really want to get. I was like, when I saw it, I said, oh, you have to come home to mama. It reminds me of the ocean when I look at it. So I was like, oh yeah, mama gotta get you. So that would definitely be part of the collection X. So yes, I'll keep the purple one. This is the High Priestess ring, and this one is the Empress ring. So say hello to them. These are my babies, and I always use them in my readings. Sometimes when I'm doing the daily cards, I don't put them on, and I just go with the cards and then write out what needs to be written out. So that's that. But I mentioned that, and I do have a nice little setup too, where I have my cloth. Actually, if you watch the Welcome to Phaseoflunar one, you actually see me talking about that. And yeah, and I have to show this off. This is like my baby, my horse swan, because since I say I love horses, I had to get a horse swan that connects to Poseidon and Athena in a way. So those, I would like to say, my godly parents, they're who I connect to, and actually a past life confirmed I am connected to Poseidon in more ways than I thought I was. So that's wonderful to know that. I always had a heavy attraction to him because I love the ocean, and even though I don't swim that well, I always had this call into the ocean, and I was just like, I just love listening to the sound of it. And even though I want to be at a beach, never been to one, and I definitely want to make that on my trips of going to a beach at least once and just being by the ocean. Simple. Even though I said I want to get a house by the ocean. So that's that. And that would be awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, that's that. And if y'all have any more questions, I would definitely love to answer them. And I will make sure I put those recommendations for animes and mangas that I think are pretty short, or I think it would be a good read, but it's probably going to be ones that I already read. So ones that I already know, I can actually Google some that are pretty short and let you, and y'all can decide. And I can read them, and then we can talk about it in like a little anime club or something. I don't know, but we'll see. But I hope y'all enjoyed this, getting to know Lunar and the behind the scenes look somewhat. And I do have a nice little tripod with the ring light. Yes. So I'm getting the lighting down pack. I actually like the slight little glow that I have. So even though sometimes it looks like my forehead is ashy, well, too oily or something, but it is what it is. I like it. But that's that. So, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will definitely see y'all in another set of videos.